Today, we're going to be checking out the Shroot Distortion from Fuzz Imp Effects. So Fuzz Imp are a small independent builder. It's just one guy. He builds a bunch of cool stuff, usually a lot of kind of doomy, sludgier stuff. That's the name, Fuzz Imp. The Shroot is a distortion, how it's described as an amp in a box, but it's not based on any amp in particular. If I had to describe it, it's kind of like a more saturated Marshall with a bit more of a low mid-range thickness going on. I think that's where it sits best. And of course, it's named after Dwight Schrute as kind of a fun thing from The Office. Because it's named after Dwight, the main controls are Bears, Beats, and BSG. Bears is volume, Beats is tone, and BSG is gain. There are two other interesting controls, though, that make this thing a lot more versatile and make it so you can get a lot of cool different sounds out of it, and that is the kick and punch. The kick is very subtle. It just kind of cleans up some of that low end, to make it a little less muddy, a little bit cleaner. And I usually like to have that set pretty high because, like I said, it's pretty subtle. It's not going to be a massive thing where it goes from super flubby to super tight. It's just going to be a small thing. And then punch is a lot easier to hear. It's more of an upper end, kind of upper mid thing. And it just adds some pick attack and some bite, allows you to cut through a little bit more. So let's hear how this sounds. I'm going to have this going into the clean channel of my BE50 Deluxe, and we're going to have that going into my TuneUps Captor X with a IR blend of my VM1265 mixed with a DV77. So let's check it out. So yeah, very martially, right? But kind of more saturated, a little less dry, definitely a bit thicker. I feel like this thing works really good for kind of heavier stuff. I really like it for kind of sludgier stuff, to be honest, like early Mastodon or like Alice in Chains, a lot of 90s stuff. I think it works really good for that. And it's almost on the cusp of being like a fuzz distortion. It's definitely more of a distortion, but because of that kind of thick, low mid-range and that saturation, you can definitely push it into more fuzz territory. Like you can blur the lines a little bit. I think that's pretty cool. So it was good to finally feature something from Fuzz Imp. Hope you dug it. I'm going to have more of them on the channel in the near future, and I'll have a link down below if you want to check one of these out for yourself. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay metal.